All right, Alexis, what is it you want to learn about today?
I heard about criminals using gift cards or something to, I don't know, untraceable money, I guess.
Right. So, yes, there have been reports of criminals. Let's see if we can find maybe a news article. But yes, they're using gift cards as a form of untraceable money. Um, Gift cards. Because the gift cards are uh, kind of like cash. They're not registered to anyone.
Oh. So they're not registered to anyone?
Right. So, like, if you have a gift card, it's not like there's some central repository that says that, like, you own this gift card. This is about fraud. But no, yes, they are using them uh, kind of like cash because it's an untraceable transaction.
So, like, drug cartels are using Olive Garden gift cards to have
Well,
untraceable money?
they're not. The ones that they're using are more like the prepaid gift cards are more like a credit card,
I'm
not like
just...
a whole. You might run an international drug cartel just on
Why would I have a
Olive
drug...
Garden
I
gift
would
cards.
be like a bread cartel, not a drug one.
Yes.
Because breadstick cartel.
Your cartel would be the only one. Like so, you probably didn't notice it, but they had a thing. It was a couple of years back. They sort of changed the formula for how many breadsticks that they would put out on the table at Olive Garden.
Yeah.
And so the new thing is you put out one breadstick for every person plus an extra one for the table for the people like you that just consume lots of bread. And so, like, if Olive Garden instituted a change, yours would be the only drug cartel where it's like, oh, they're putting out
The
less,
bread cartel.
they're putting out less bread, and so now the price of drugs spikes.
I would be like, I would have a breadstick cartel. Be like, hey man, you want some breadsticks? Okay.
So, no, they're using like prepaid cards that are basically like a credit card because uh, that card isn't registered to a person. And so if I have a card with like $100 on it and I give it to you, it's more compact, it's more usable than just straight cash, but it's also untraceable like straight cash. So
How can you trace straight cash?
you can't.
You can't.
No.
Oh, okay.
Untraceable.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and so it is then acting as a sort of money.
Hmm.
So, like, do you know what money is?
It's a form of currency we exchange for goods and or services.
Okay, that's pretty good. I wasn't expecting that. Uh,
Sorry.
all right, so that's all. That's all very good. So, what's the difference between currency and money?
Hmm. Uh. Okay, that one's kind of hard.
So, there's not really a very good answer. And so I'm going to give you the explanation that I like the best. There's probably an economist somewhere who will disagree with me, but
But we
this,
don't care.
yeah, this sort of works. So currency is like the U.S. dollar,
Yeah.
right? And it's sort of this overarching system. Money is the different sort of mediums of exchange within the U.S. dollar that sort of works. So paper monies is a kind of money. Coins are a kind of money. Credit cards, right? Bank deposit.
Okay.
Yeah, so a bank deposit is basically just, we talked about it before, like it's just sort of on a ledger. It's just a piece of paper that says that
This
our
is
family,
your money.
yes, these are the amounts of monies that you owe. And it's actually all digital now. So those are all different kinds of money. They all have different features to them, but they're all part of the larger US dollar currency. So that's the way I like to think about it.
So they're all forms of money, like the paper money, the coin, the card, and the piece of paper that says this is how much.
Right. Yeah, they're all forms of money.
Okay.
So the textbook definition for money is that it has to have a few features. One of the features, which I think is probably one of the most important features of money, is that it is a medium of exchange. So we'll just put the abbreviations on there.
Mo.
So, yeah. So, what makes a dollar money?
We all agreed that this is worth something and we'll pay you to do stuff or give us food.
Close. We don't even have to agree that
We don't even have to agree.
we don't even have to agree that it's worth something. We just have to agree that it spins.
Oh.
Okay? So,
Okay,
let's
if I agree that this like box of pretzel crackers, can that be money if we say it spins now?
yes, if enough people come together and they say this box of pretzel crackers, it spins, then that is and spins. Yes. Then that's all that matters. So, there are a bunch of people, they believe really strongly in this thing called the gold standard.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yes, used to, you could take money and it was worth a certain amount of gold. And so you could take your dollar bill and you could get it and you could actually get its weight in gold back in like actual metal. And so there's a lot of people who believe that real money has to be worth something that has intrinsic value. Now, we can argue whether or not gold has intrinsic value because until we invented electronics, because gold is actually a very good electric conductor, it was just shiny. That is the only value that it had, is we thought it was pretty.
The only value these pretzel crackers have is they taste good.
Well, yes. So the pretzel crackers taste good. So they believe really strongly that your money has to be tied to some kind of precious metal. Gold is the most popular one. There used to be a silver standard.
That's
so like,
cool.
yeah. So British pound sterling is like it was worth a certain weight of sterling silver.
Cool.
And
What if
for
there was a diamond standard?
okay, there could be.
That would be, I don't know, I feel like those would be more valuable, but I don't know, I'm not an expert.
So you realize diamonds are actually not very valuable.
Yeah, I thought about that. I was like, are they?
They're not actually very rare or difficult to extract. The only reason that they're very valuable is that there's a cartel that limits their supply.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, they're actually very common and they're easy to extract from the earth.
Well, it still looks nice, and that's why we need gold.
Yeah. So, but having that kind of value is actually like it doesn't matter. And so, for examples of that, I can point you to the Spartans. I wonder if they've got pictures of Spartan money.
Spartan currency.
So, yes, Spartan coins, like ancient Sparta.
Yeah.
Their coins were Spartan. Were just like little bits of like steel or iron or something like that. So those are,
Oh.
These are like they're ancient coins, and these are not made out of a precious metal. They're just made out of like lead or iron or bronze or something.
Something easy. To
Yes.
find.
And it was because the Spartans were famously not artistic type folks.
They were famous for war.
Yes, they were. And so they would have just these random coins that weren't very valuable, but all of the Spartans said, hey, these spend. And so therefore they become money.
Fair enough.
There's also another example I like to use. So at several of the places when I ran the newspapers, the Chamber of Commerce, they would put together this thing. It was like chamber bucks.
What?
Yeah. And so a lot of places, especially as companies have gotten bigger and bigger, like a lot of The things that Chamber of Commerce try to do is, I wonder if I can actually find something. To spend local, right? And so they come up with this thing, and it's like usually like chamber bucks or chamber dollars. And yeah, so you got so the idea is if I go to my local store, I pay them some good old fashioned US hard currency dollars for a product. They're going to give me back some of my change in chamber bucks. And chamber bucks are really just monopoly money that you print locally. They don't have a whole lot of value. But all of the members of the local Chamber of Commerce have agreed to accept those chamber bucks just like they were regular money. So if I have part of my cash back in chamber bucks, I can't take it to another town and spend it.
You can only spend it in
so
that
you can
town?
only spend it locally, and that's the idea.
Why don't we just get change that you can spend anywhere?
Well, they have the program so that I give you back, like there's incentive. So like I can give you back additional money. So I can give you back twice as much change if you'll take it in chamber bucks. Because the idea is you want to encourage people to spend their money in the local economy instead of driving out like to the bigger city where they have the big box store to go spend your money. That's what they do.
Spend my coins at the box store if I want.
So they have these programs, and if they're successful, I've never been a part of one that lasted more than a few years, but you know, they for the time that they are in effect, they are essentially acting like money because all of these members of the Chamber of Commerce have agreed that these little crappy pieces of paper that a lady printed up on her office, PC with like colored cardboard that she borrowed from the school. Literally, this is one of the things I'm aware. Yeah. Those chamber bucks, they spent because all the members of Chambers of Commerce agreed that spends. So that is the most important factor. It is a medium of exchange. It spins.
Wait, couldn't people just like print their own chamber bucks? Like, I'm rich in these now.
That is a potential flaw. The chamber bucks, the
chamber buck fraud.
Yeah, the counterfeit controls for chamber bucks, not quite as stringent as for the U.S. dollar. So.
I'm just saying it'd be a bit easier to just print them.
Right. No. You're right. That is a potential flaw in the chamber bucks thing. I'm just using it as an example that these are all things where the people have said, the people agree that aside from any other intrinsic value, as long as these things spend, then it is money, right? The other thing is that it's considered money if it's a store of value. And so the idea behind that is that you don't want your money to get worth less as time goes by. So even though people complain about it over the past 40 some odd years, the inflation on the US dollar has been less than 2%, which is pretty good, all things considered. So that means that your dollar, so if I give you $1 today, a year from now, so right now inflation's running pretty hot, but in this time period when inflation was historically low, I could give you $1 and then next year it would still be worth at least 98 cents worth of value.
Better than nothing, I guess.
Well, it's a complicated thing. People think that the dollar is going to be worthless trash.
How's the dollar going to be worthless trash?
Well, if there's a whole bunch of them, then you get a bunch of inflation, and then the dollar intrinsically loses value, which is kind of like we might be at the beginning of some of that if we don't do better on some of our policies. But right now, the long run inflation has been under 2%. And So, uh, that's pretty good store of value, right? And so one of the things that you can think of as sort of an example is, let's say, all right, you and I, we're pig farmers, and so we have pigs, right? So in our little village, we want to buy bread, and so we're going to trade.
No, I want to buy bread.
We're going to trade some of our pigs to the baker because he wants bacon and we want some bread.
You can take like Pumpkin or Bob.
Okay.
Because
Yes.
like they're annoying.
That's the name of some of our show pigs we have right now.
You can take Bob and give us bread.
So we're going to take them some of the pigs and we're going to trade them for bread. And so we have this bread, we have these pigs. So one of the solutions that money provides is that it creates a medium of exchange. So what if the baker doesn't want pigs? How do we trade with him for bread? If we have a medium of exchange, we can sell the pigs for that medium of exchange. We'll, pretend they're gold coins. We'll sell the pigs for gold coins or diamonds or little
Whatever
printed paper money or
whatever the-
Hyrule rupees or
Like,
whatever.
whatever the crap they decide is currency.
Whatever the society decides, hey, this spins. So we'll take all those things, so we'll take, in this case, we'll say they're gold coins. We'll take the gold coins, and then the baker will accept those gold coins because he knows that they spend, even if he doesn't want our pigs. Does that make sense?
And we get yo bread.
And we get the bread. The store of value part of it is, so if we assume that those gold coins are going to hold relatively close to their value, then we can sell our pigs, and then we have the value of those pigs, and we can keep it. Whereas if we have the pigs, they may go bad. So like if we take them and we turn them into bacon, because that's what everybody wants. That bacon is eventually going to spoil. So we have to get it out. We have to distribute it. We have to go make trades with it before it spoils.
Take the bacon.
Take the bacon. Well, if we have a money that can act as a store of value, is we can take it and then we're not worried about our bacon spoiling because we've turned it into gold coins. Right? And so it creates, like I said, a store of value. The other thing, now this is more of like a currency sort of thing, less a money thing, but again, currency and money, they sort of overlap in a lot of ways. It's what they call a unit of account.
A lot of abbreviating going on.
Because I don't want to write all of that.
Sorry, I decided to say it.
So a unit of account means that we can put value on something in these things. So Hyrule rupees, so prices, right? So if I have a bunch of things, I can say,
Bokoblin guts.
yeah, Bokoblin guts, yes. If it spins with that weirdo guy in the balloon, then it spins.
Hilton.
Yeah. Or gold coins or whatever. I can say this thing is worth this much, right? And so now it has a price. It has a value assigned to it. And people can go in and they can make a judgment on what it is worth to them. So if I have something, if you want 5 gold coins for it and I don't want it that much, I might say, no. I'd rather have my gold coins and spend them on something else.
I'd rather have 50 rupees than like this frog I found or
Right.
whatever.
And so the unit of account a lot of times is prices. And prices are sort of a way they sort of manifest. It's sort of the illustration of supply and demand. So if you've got something like, we know that people love our bacon, but if we have lots and lots and lots of it, then the price might be lower, right? Because there's a lot of supply to the demand. If we're the only bacon suppliers and we can only supply so much,
We can monopolize bacon.
yeah, the price of bacon goes up. The other way that money acts as a unit of account is it allows you to illustrate your profits and losses. So if in our example, we have all of our pigs. We sold 10 pigs for 10 loaves of bread this year. All right, next year we sell 10 pigs for
20.
sure 20 loaves of bread. Did we profit more?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Well, we got more stuff. We
Well,
got more bread.
but maybe the pigs were bigger.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
What if...
This is hypothetical pigs, Dad.
Well, but see, that's the point. If I say to you, okay, we sold 10 pigs this year for $100.
Heck yeah.
And then next year...
No, that's a bit low for pigs, but whatever. This is hypothetical.
Yes. Next year, we sold 10 pigs for $200. Would you say our profits have gone up?
I would.
Yes, because the dollar amount allows us to illustrate the profits and losses in a way that is much more clear, right? So it can be sort of fuzzy. How big are the loaves of bread? How big are the pigs? You know.
Are they Olive Garden breadsticks?
Are they Olive Garden breadsticks, or are they just plain old peasant bread?
Bro, I will have 20 Olive Garden breadsticks, thank you.
Yes.
For Bob. Bob is worth 20 Olive Garden breadsticks.
See, the money, the unit of account allows you to sort of cut through that. You're able to track that. And it's a real comparison because we take the vagaries out of pig size and bread size, or whether it's garlic bread or Red Lobster biscuits or Olive Garden breadsticks, higher quality, higher value bread.
Low fat bread.
Yeah. So we take all of that out, and it's just a number. So if you get $100 one year and you get $150 the next year, you've made more. You have profited more. You have been more successful, right? Mm-hmm. So it's easy comparison. So those are the qualities of money, and that's where it comes from. And if we circle it back, that are the qualities that a gift card can provide for a small, surreptitious criminal enterprise, is because that if we agree that we're going to do our exchange for whatever it is, drugs, guns, nuclear weapons, breadsticks, bootleg, counterfeit Olive Garden breadsticks. If we all agree that the gift card spins, then it becomes money.
Heck yeah.
And if in our little illicit enterprise, if we sell 10 counterfeit breadsticks for $100 worth
of... heck yeah. That sounds like it could be a decent business.
Of
gift card
value, then we know how much profit we are made. And then next year, if we sell 10 counterfeit breadsticks for $200 worth of counterfeit gift card, then we know that we've doubled our profit. So it acts as a unit of account. And pending terms and conditions on your gift cards, because some of them, they will expire eventually. Yeah, they act as a store of value as much as the US dollar is a store of value, because they're denominated in US dollars. And so those gift cards have all of the qualities of money in ways that some things that people think are money, even better than something like Bitcoin, which people will say, Bitcoin's going to be the new money.
Is it though?
Well, you know what? Can you go buy something in Bitcoin?
You can, can't you?
Well, you can, but can you right now?
No, I cannot. I don't have any Bitcoin.
Let's just say I gifted you a Bitcoin.
Well,
could you go spend it somewhere?
Sure, why not?
Where?
Internet.
So
I could buy a Pusheen pillow, or I could get some more counterfeit breadsticks.
The point is, not very many people are accepting Bitcoins as payment. So right now, not very many people have agreed, hey, this spins. And so until they do, it can't be money. So it can be a store of value. It can be an investment. It can be kind of a unit of account. It can have lots of other features. Although nobody's really pricing anything in Bitcoin very much.
No one's like, this is worth 5 Bitcoin.
Yeah.
That just reminds me. Have you heard of something called crypto?
Cryptocurrency?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen like 1,000 ads. I'm like,
Oh, you're talking about like the ads on the computer ads. Yeah, for
Yeah.
it's like a credit card.
like the currency though. It still talks about the currency sometimes. I was like, so is this like Bitcoin?
Yeah. So, because Bitcoin is what they call a cryptocurrency.
Oh, so it's legit. Just
Yeah.
credit
Well,
card
I don't
thing.
know about that company being very legit, but let's stay within the realms of what we're saying.
My bad.
There's a lot of people who believe very, very, very strongly that Bitcoin is going to be the new money, right? That it's going to sort of supersede all these other national currencies, and it's going to be the way that people buy and sell things. And it might. It's a really cool
What about
technology.
people who don't have access to computers or stuff?
Well,
Get Bitcoin.
that is becoming less and less because our computers, we carry them around in our pockets now.
Fair enough, but like still.
But the primary problem is that Bitcoin, for as cool it is, for as cool as the technology is, as useful as blockchain technology is, right now there's not enough people that say, hey, this spins, and so it can't be money. Because that is the first step, is that people have to agree that it spins. And so if not enough people agree that it spins, then it's not really money yet. It's something else. And it can do a lot of kind of money-like things, but it's not quite money yet. So, a bunch of criminals trading around prepaid gift cards or Olive Garden gift cards
Bro,
is
counterfeit
more-
Olive Garden breadsticks.
is more like money than Bitcoin right now. So,
Yeah, I do not have access to counterfeit bootleg breadsticks.
Yes,
though, sadly.
disclaimer.
There's no.
We do not have any
Counter-
counterfeit foodstuffs. We are not selling any counterfeit foodstuffs. All of these were hypothetical. Nor do we endorse the use of prepaid credit cards to engage in criminal activities. Please do not at us on any of that stuff. Okay. So, did you learn something?
Yes.
You have any more questions?
No.
Then what are you supposed to say?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. All right, good job.